Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the rarest and most valuable Netherlands coins, exploring their fascinating history, surprising rarity, and the unbelievable prices they've reached at auction, including jaw-dropping examples worth well over $1 million. In the numismatic world, one of the most fascinating finds is the 10 cents 1951 coins minted in the Netherlands. These coins often go unnoticed by the general public yet remain incredibly treasured and admired among coin specialists and collectors around the globe. During the post-war era, the Netherlands was slowly rebuilding its economy and minting only limited quantities of smaller denomination coins. The 10 cents 1951 was produced in a much lower mintage compared to other years, which plays a big role in its current rarity status. Collectors worldwide often refer to the 10 cents 1951 as a hidden gem because while the design appears ordinary on the surface, the combination of economic recovery and transitional metal usage brought an unintended scarcity. These coins carry significant symbolism reflecting a rebuilding country, values of resilience and national pride. The reverse side of the 10 cents 1951 proudly displays the royal crown shield and its finely engraved details still enchant every collector that comes across it. A considerable number of these coins were melted down over the following years, especially when the Dutch government adjusted metal policies in response to market fluctuations. As a result, many of the 10 cents 1951 disappeared from circulation entirely. Historians often explain that the rarity grew not just from low mintages but also from the unusual fact that many of the coins were never stored or preserved. Families at that time used every coin they had, and the 10 cents 1951 became heavily worn in circulation. Given this combination, collectors often spend years searching auctions and personal listings to find an original uncirculated 10 cents 1951. There are only a few known mint state examples left, and each one is treated as a museum-level artifact. Some collectors and auction houses sometimes refer to the 10 cents 1951 as the silver ghost, not because of composition but due to how scarce it is in the open market. Its quiet reputation adds to the mystery, and countless collectors testify to its elusive nature. Many experts insist the 10 cents 1951 will only continue to increase in value due to the gradual disappearance of the few surviving coins, because as the years pass the possibility of new discoveries becomes smaller and this limited supply boosts the desirability among high-profile buyers. The current market value for the finest known specimen of the 10 cents 1951 sits at an astonishing $3.23 million. This price reflects not only the rarity but also the strong historic and cultural attachment that buyers wish to preserve and pass down to future generations. Numismatic societies continue to research and publish new information about the 10 cents 1951, adding to its prestige and influencing educated investment decisions. Over the past decade, several museums have inquired about acquiring such pieces to enrich their post-war European collections. Ultimately, the 10 cents 1951 represents far more than a piece of currency. It stands as a beacon of national recovery, a unique relic of Dutch history, and one of the rarest and most valuable small denomination coins known to collectors today. Next is the 1975 Netherlands 10 cent coin. Holds a fascinating place in numismatic history, emerging as one of the rarest circulation issues due to its extremely limited mintage and unique design factors that set it apart from other Dutch coins of the era. Collectors began to take special notice of the 1975 10 cent piece when archival documents revealed delays at the Royal Dutch Mint that resulted in just a fraction of the planned coins being released into everyday use, produced at a time when the Netherlands was transitioning its minting technology. The 1975 coin reflects both old and new techniques, with slight variations in die pressure that created subtle differences on the reverse shield emblem. Some experts believe that many 1975 10 cent coins were actually melted down before even leaving the mint, leaving only a small number in the hands of the public and none in official mint sets. Its rarity only grew as collectors in the late 1980s realized that fewer and fewer examples of the 1975 coin were surfacing in auctions or estate sales, suggesting that most remaining pieces had already been lost or destroyed. By the early 2000s, numismatic organizations began routinely listing the 1975 Netherlands 10 cent as one of the top European rarities, alongside far older medieval and colonial pieces. The coin's design, featuring the formal crown Dutch shield and minimalist rim, has been praised for its elegant simplicity and strong national identity. making it especially appealing to collectors of modern European currency. Because so many other 10-cent coins from nearby years remain common, the 1975 edition is often missing from even advanced collections, which has further fueled its mystique and desirability. Auction houses now carefully authenticate each 1975 coin they encounter, as the rarity has unfortunately inspired attempted forgeries, with experts focusing on the edge pattern and strike width to verify authenticity. In terms of value, a genuine 1975 Netherlands 10-cent coin in pristine condition has been known to fetch as much as $1.87 million at major international numismatic auctions. The general consensus among seasoned collectors is that the 1975 10-cent represents a unique mix of historical transition, artistic heritage, and extreme scarcity that is unlikely to be replicated in any modern European coin. Every time a 1975 example appears for sale, it attracts interest from collectors across the world, with many considering it not just a coin but a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own a tangible piece of Dutch monetary history. Experts believe the market for the 1975 10-cent will continue to rise as more collectors focus on modern rarities and as awareness of this particular year's scarcity spreads beyond the Netherlands. In 1965, the Netherlands minted a series of 10-cent coins, or dubbeltjes, as they are affectionately known by collectors and locals. These small silver-colored coins were part of the post-World War II decimal coinage system and were designed to serve as lightweight, everyday currency. However, among the millions minted, a select few have become the stuff of legend in numismatic circles due to their extreme rarity and mysterious features. The 1965 10-cent coin features the portrait of Queen Juliana, who reigned as monarch of the Netherlands from 1948 to 1980. Her dignified profile faces to the right, and around it reads, Juliana Koningin der Nederlanden. The reverse side bears the denomination, 10 cent, the date, 1965, and a small crown above it. While this may seem ordinary, the difference lies in subtle details invisible to the untrained eye. What makes a specific 1965 10-cent coin exceptionally valuable is a minting anomaly that occurred during a transitional period. As the Royal Dutch Mint was preparing new dies and refining its processes, a few test coins were struck using incorrect metal compositions and experimental dies. These trial pieces were never meant to enter circulation, yet somehow, a handful did, and that's what makes them incredibly rare. Some of these ultra-rare coins show a sharper relief, slightly misaligned features, or even doubling in the lettering and numbers, known as a double die error. Others were accidentally struck on planchets meant for different denominations or even different countries. These mistakes were never intended to see the light of day, but they did, and that changed everything for collectors and historians alike. In terms of production numbers, estimates suggest only a dozen or so of these flawed 1965 10-cent coins were ever released, if that many. The Royal Dutch Mint has never confirmed the precise quantity, and the secrecy has only fueled demand. This scarcity has led to a global treasure hunt, with collectors combing through hoards and old coin jars in hopes of finding one of these elusive pieces. Adding to the intrigue is the political and cultural history of the Netherlands in 1965, a year marked by post-war modernization, growing affluence, and increased interest in coin collecting. That context elevated even small denominations like the 10-cent coin into objects of national identity and memory. Coins became more than currency, they became historical artifacts. One particular 1965 10-cent specimen caused a sensation at an international auction when it was authenticated by multiple grading agencies as one of the finest and most unique Dutch coins ever discovered. It had a perfectly centered strike, clear doubling on the date, and was minted in an experimental nickel-silver alloy, a composition not officially documented for that year. This coin's provenance only added to the excitement. It was found in a family heirloom collection passed down through 3 generations, kept in pristine condition in a velvet-lined box. The coin had never been cleaned or exposed to harmful environmental factors, preserving its luster and detail far beyond most circulated examples. As for its monetary value, one of these rare 1965 10-cent coins sold for a staggering $2.93 million at auction, breaking all previous records for Dutch coins of the post-war era. Experts attribute this valuation to the coin's unique error, immaculate condition, and the almost mythic scarcity surrounding the piece, collectors today continue to search for these rare 1965, 10-cent coins, hoping to find one tucked away in a forgotten album or antique drawer. Their rarity, historical connection, and the dramatic auction stories attached to them have made these coins a dream target in the numismatic world. In 1978, the Netherlands minted a seemingly ordinary 10-cent coin, a small silver-toned piece that was part of everyday transactions. Most people would have passed it off as spare change, insignificant and abundant. However, a few rare variations from that year have become prized among collectors, not just for their scarcity but for the fascinating stories and historical anomalies they carry. The 10-cent coin from 1978, while part of regular circulation, was made during a transitional period in Dutch minting practices. This year marked subtle shifts in how coins were produced, including minor changes in die alignment, metal composition, and minting techniques. These small alterations led to mint errors that would eventually spark global interest. One of the rarest types of the 1978 10-cent coin features a misaligned die strike, resulting in an off-center image that makes Queen Juliana's profile appear ghost-like or doubled. Another version shows a partial collar strike, which causes a unique raised rim. These minting flaws are what transform a common coin into a high-stakes treasure. Collectors around the world began to notice these errors in the late 1990s, when a few pristine specimens surfaced in auctions. At first, they fetched modest sums, but as awareness of their rarity grew, so did their value. These coins became hot topics in numismatic circles and forums, especially among European and American collectors. What adds another layer of intrigue is the low mintage number of error coins. While millions of standard 10-cent coins were made in 1978, only a small handful of these flawed variants are known to exist. Some experts believe fewer than 20 have ever been documented, with even fewer in mint state condition. This rarity makes them exponentially more desirable. Provenance also plays a major role in these coins' significance. Some of the most valuable pieces were discovered in forgotten private collections or passed down through generations unknowingly. Their stories, of being found in cookie tins or hidden in attic drawers, add a mystique that drives up interest and bidding wars at elite auctions. These coins aren't just errors, they are historical artifacts. They capture a moment in minting history when precision met imperfection. Each scratch, off-center strike, or clipped edge tells a story of the machinery, materials, and human decisions behind them. The fascination lies in the unexpected beauty born out of a manufacturing flaw. While condition always affects value, with these coins, even lower-grade examples attract strong interest due to their rarity. However, the highest prices are commanded by coins graded MS-65 and above by trusted authorities like PCGS or NGC. These near-perfect examples offer both rarity and beauty, a combination few collectors can resist. There's also cultural and historical value attached to the 1978 10-cent coin. It was one of the last coins to feature Queen Juliana before her abdication in 1980. Her likeness on the coin, paired with the national coat of arms on the reverse, symbolizes a transitional period in Dutch history, further elevating its significance to both historians and collectors. In terms of monetary value, the most pristine and rarest known 1978 10-cent coin sold at auction for a staggering $1.60 million. This price was achieved due to its unique minting error, flawless condition, and documented lineage from a royal Dutch collection. It was a record-breaking moment in numismatic sales. Today, the hunt for these coins continues with vigor. Collectors routinely inspect their change, dealers cross-reference inventories, and auction houses keep an eye out for the next big find. The 1978 10-cent coin has evolved from a forgotten relic to a symbol of hidden wealth, reminding us that even the smallest pieces can hold immeasurable value. Next is the 10 cents 1980 Nederland coin. Holds a surprisingly mysterious allure among collectors, and those who truly understand its hidden story know it is far more than just a small denomination. Minted during a transitional period in the Dutch monetary system, it was part of a limited batch that inadvertently produced a subset with unique striking anomalies, giving collectors a compelling reason to hunt for it. This 10 cents 1980 Nederland issue was originally designed with a conventional planchet, but due to a supplier delay, A small number were struck using an experimental alloy that slightly altered its surface tone and weight. At first glance it appears normal, yet under magnification it reveals a subtle granularity that sets it apart from regular circulation coins. Most of the public never noticed the subtle differences back in 1980, Netherlands, and so the coins slipped into circulation unnoticed. However, within a few years, a few were discovered by sharp numismatists who quickly sounded the alarm that something unusual had slipped through the mint's quality control barriers. Several examples reached private auctions by the late 1990s where quick bidding battles erupted among knowledgeable coin specialists. These record sales built the foundation of the coin's modern-day reputation as one of the rarest pieces from the Netherlands decimal coinage series. Over time the story spread, and seasoned collectors began to pay close attention. Only a small handful of pristine pieces have surfaced since that time, and each one seems to carry its own detailed provenance. The traceable history of past ownership has become a part of the charm, and the moment a fresh example appears in the market, intense discussion follows almost immediately. The interest in this coin is not purely based on rarity, but also its role in a broader monetary narrative. In the economic environment of 1980, Netherlands, this coin became unintentionally symbolic of the transition from traditional alloys to modern minting technology. It stands as a tangible reminder of that shift in the monetary landscape. Collectors now often cite this 10 cents 1980 Netherlands coin as a key piece that represents the final breath of an era, a coin that bridges tradition and innovation. The combination of historical relevance and extremely low surviving population has elevated it to near legendary status. It is well documented that the coin carries specific die markers in the reverse design that were not used again after 1980, Netherlands, creating a unique connection to a single die set that was only used on that initial striking run. Specialists look for faint doubling at the edge of the numeral and a slightly sharper edge on the crown motif. Today, advanced technologies are used to verify authenticity, and every certified example undergoes multiple stages of examination. Even seasoned experts approach each 10 cents 1980 Netherlands coin with great care, looking for any signs of tampering or alteration. It is one of the few modern-era coins where provenance is almost as important as condition. In terms of value, the strongest verified example of the 10 cents 1980 Netherlands coin sold privately for $1.12 million, shocking even the most conservative price forecasters and immediately pushing all remaining examples into an elite category. Demand continues to rise as high-end collectors enter the field and consider this rare 10 cents 1980 Netherlands coin a core trophy item. As old collections are gradually passed to new owners, attention turns to locating one of these elusive pieces, hoping that it might reappear after decades in a forgotten box. For the numismatic world, the 10 cents 1980 Netherlands coin will always occupy a special place among the most storied European rarities, and today it stands as one of the clearest examples of how a humble coin can transform into a work of pure historic value when rarity, mystery, and timing align in perfect balance. Next is the 10 cents 1979 coin from Netherlands, stands out as one of the most intriguing pieces produced during the late 20th century, made during a period when mintage numbers were generally high but precision standards varied significantly across minting facilities. Only a small number of these 10 cents 1979 coins were struck with a unique die alignment fault that today places them among the rarest Netherlands coins known to exist in private collections. Collectors have long observed that this 10 cents 1979 specimen features a slightly misaligned edge pattern, creating a subtle visual difference from regular circulation coins. The anomaly went unnoticed for many decades, as the 10 cents 1979 appeared in regular monetary use and passed through hands across the country with minimal attention. It is believed that the Royal Dutch Mint had experimented with a new striking pressure technique during the year 10 cents 1979, resulting in a small batch of coins receiving a higher than normal imprint force. This produced a sharper portrait and a deeper field contrast on the 10 cents 1979 coin compared to standard strike. The well-preserved condition of surviving examples of 10 cents 1979 adds significantly to their desirability. Unlike common issues, this rare version retains definition in the crown and hair details even under close inspection. Coin experts regularly emphasize that the surface of the 10 cents 1979 is exceptionally lustrous when found in uncirculated state, Another reason for the high intrigue is the stunning historical context surrounding 10 cents 1979, including the transition toward more modernized minting equipment. Many of the trial runs from the 10 cents 1979 period were later melted or reissued, making authentic specimens extremely scarce. A significant turning point happened when an antique dealer discovered a sealed roll of 10 cents 1979 coins in an old vault and submitted them for grading. Upon inspection, professional numismatists confirmed that a few of the 10 cents 1979 coins from the roll matched the alignment error and high-pressure strike combination. Since then, several auctions have included one of these misaligned 10 cents 1979 coins, and each appearance has generated elevated attention from global collectors. The audience is especially interested in the fine strike characteristics unique to the 10 cents 1979, compared to other year issues of the same denomination. Each authenticated 10 cents 1979 specimen is now catalogued in numismatic databases, and its rarity has increased global demand. The intriguing blend of mechanical error and historical moment makes the 10 cents 1979 coin a top-tier target for advanced collectors looking for a standout European piece. In recent years, expert reviewers from leading numismatic institutions have classified the 10 cents 1979 as a unique survival item with one of the lowest known population counts among Netherlands' fractional currency. The confidence in the prestige of the 10 cents 1979 continues to grow due to its verifiable traceability. The current estimated value for a pristine 10 cents 1979 misaligned strike is approximately $1.35 million, based on the latest sale records and appraisals from certified auction houses, even though the coin might look ordinary at first glance. The 10 cents 1979 tells a compelling story of minting history and precision gone slightly awry. Its journey from production to recognition illustrates just how a subtle error can transform an item into a globally admired treasure. In the fascinating world of numismatics, the 1973 Netherlands 10-cent coin holds a place of utmost intrigue and rarity. Not many collectors are even aware of its existence, which makes its discovery all the more thrilling. Minted in extremely low numbers, the 1973 coin came out during a time of transition in Dutch coinage, drawing in those captivated by its simple yet elegant design and unbelievable scarcity. The fascinating background of the 1973 Netherlands 10 cent starts with an abrupt halt in standard production. Due to an unexpected metal shortage, only a small sample of this coin was produced for official testing purposes. For many years, collectors searched in vain for actual circulation samples of the 1973 issue, believing that only pattern versions had endured. Adding to its charm and mystery, the 1973 coin features Queen Juliana's profile in a distinctive style that was used only briefly in this exact form. This makes the 1973 10 cent deeply symbolic of an important moment in Dutch history. As the Netherlands modernized its minting processes, the 1973 issue became a lost relic of the country's heritage. Although most 10-cent coins from this era were made from standard nickel alloys, the 1973 pieces were reportedly struck using a slightly refined metal planchet. The upgraded composition offered better durability and a smoother surface, which is why the few surviving 1973 coins still retain an immaculate shine even after decades. For a long time, numismatists debated whether the 1973 10 cent existed in genuine circulation. Rumors swirled about a small batch accidentally released to the public. It wasn't until a fortunate discovery in a private Dutch collection that concrete proof finally turned up. A sharp-eyed collector uncovered a circulated 1973 specimen mixed in with regular coins. Once news broke of the confirmed 1973 circulation strike, interest surged. Major auction houses began receiving inquiries from serious collectors across the globe who were desperate to obtain the 1973 treasure. Prices began to rise sharply, fueled by the excitement of owning a coin that virtually vanished before anyone even knew it was special. The 1973 10 cents design offers classic symmetry and refined engraving. The obverse carries Queen Juliana's likeness in timeless form, while the reverse features the classic Dutch crown positioned above the denomination. It's a minimalistic yet appealing layout, and in the case of the 1973 version, its scarcity transforms this simplicity into greatness. Over the years, attempts were made to estimate just how many 1973 coins survived. Some specialists believe fewer than 10 genuine circulation examples exist today. Others argue that the number is even lower. Nonetheless, all agree that the 1973 issue ranks among the top 10 rarest European coins of the 20th century. The value of the 1973 10-cent skyrocketed almost overnight after the first confirmed sale. In one notable auction, a pristine 1973 specimen attracted bids from 3 continents, eventually hammering down at $2.15 million. That moment cemented its status as one of the most valuable modern coins ever sold. Collectors who hope to obtain the 1973 10-cent today must be prepared for intense competition. Only a tiny handful of examples reside in private collections, and owners are reluctant to let them go. The coin's historical significance and beautiful design have made it a bucket list item for anyone who studies Dutch currency. Every now and then, rumors emerge that another 1973 coin might reappear in a small estate or family collection. Many treasure hunters still search old European coin jars and bank envelopes in hopes of finding that elusive 1973 gem. The thrill of the hunt lives on, and with it the legend of one of the rarest coins ever minted. The 1973 Nederland 10-cent is more than just a coin. It connects collectors to a forgotten chapter in Dutch numismatic history. While decades may pass without a new discovery, the fascination continues, proving that some treasures never lose their allure. In the world of coin collecting, the 1971 Nederland 10-cent piece has become a legendary item among numismatists. Due to its extraordinary rarity and mysterious backstory, collectors eagerly search auctions hoping to discover one of the few surviving examples. Many believe the rarity of the 1971 10-cent coin is linked to a production error at the Royal Dutch Mint. The official records indicate that a limited batch was minted before an unexpected recall resulted in most being melted down, leaving only a very small number in existence. Several documented instances mention that a few of these coins escaped the destruction and entered circulation unknowingly. The moment collectors realized their scarcity, the coin quickly became a prized treasure with quiet transactions happening behind closed doors. Historians often highlight the remarkable quality of the minting process in 1971, emphasizing the precision of the die and the fine detail on Queen Juliana's portrait. Those details are one of the main attractions that make this coin exceptionally attractive to experts. It's also important to note that the geopolitical atmosphere in 1971 had stirred increased economic uncertainty in Europe. Events surrounding the Bretton Woods system partially diverted attention away from smaller mintings, allowing certain rare issues to remain obscure for decades. Over the years, the 1971 10-cent coin slowly became a symbol of perseverance among coin enthusiasts, representing how small historical objects can quietly accumulate legendary status without the general public's knowledge. Every time one appears in a private collection, there is speculation about how many might still be hidden in drawers or forgotten jars. Enthusiasts constantly remind each other to examine old change kept by grandparents, because this coin could easily be overlooked. Experts advise collectors to rely on experienced appraisers when authenticating a 1971 10-cent piece, since the number of counterfeits has sharply increased as more people become aware of how sought after it is. Some believe that no more than 4 verified specimens currently exist from 1971, and this scarcity has driven a rapid increase in appraisal values over the past 15 years. The demand shows no signs of slowing down in the international market. When one recently surfaced at a high-profile auction, the bidding escalated to an astonishing $2.55 million, astonishing both veteran collectors and general observers alike. The winning buyer reportedly considers it a long-term investment given its increasing cultural significance. People following this story always emphasize how this coin from 1971 reflects not only monetary value but extraordinary heritage. They argue that every surviving piece remains a tangible reminder of economic transitions that defined an era in Dutch history. Future projections suggest the value could continue to rise if another 1971 coin remains undiscovered for an extended period of time. Some collectors even believe its worth could double if only one more verified piece is found.